जानने की ज़रूरत नहीं है कैंसर न्यू ट्रीटमेंट्स के लिए. That should be, I think, the job of the medical profession who's dealing with that particular case, because whatever treatment you're getting is not just a standard one-liner treatment. It has to be tailored, and from time to time it will vary, depending upon your own condition, how you're responding to that. You may have to change the stream, the course. So there are so many things. So you must be generally aware. Each woman will have their own challenges, so I can't really say what is the. Also important is that the rate of control, tobacco control among women is paid less attention, because it is not women, when they may not give out correct information about tobacco use, but they do find tobacco as a way to express their independence or liberty, or maybe because of peer pressure. All women should be taking care of their health, and first of all is that they must know that they are very integral and important part of the community and their families.
Hello viewers, you're watching Jagran Josh. This is Ashi. So, इंटरनेशनल वुमेंस डे के इस स्पेशल डे पर आज हम एक इंस्पायरिंग गेस्ट से मिलने वाले हैं जो अपनी फील्ड में एक्सीलेंस को रेडिफाइन कर रहे हैं, अपने वर्क को रेडिफाइन कर रहे हैं. सो उनके चैलेंजेस, उनकी जर्नी और उनके अचीवमेंट्स के बारे में आज हम उनसे कुछ खास बात करते हैं. तो बने रहिए विद जागरण जोश. सो ऑन दिस स्पेशल ओकेशन ऑफ इंटरनेशनल वुमेंस डे वी आर सेलिब्रेटिंग इंस्पायरिंग वुमेन लाइक यू. सो हाउ डज इट फील टू बी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड फॉर योर कंट्रीब्यूशन टू मेडिसिन?
Yes, thank you for this question. It is important that women of all levels, of all cadres, in whatever jobs they are, or homemakers, be recognized for this International Women's Day. I think I'm one of the fortunate ones to have been given this role and reached this level of position and scientific temperament. So for that, I need to thank my families, my communities, and the leadership which has chosen me for this role. And I would like to say that in whatever role you are very important, and you must try and give the best back.
तो आपको ऑन कॉलेज जैसे चैलेंजिंग फील्ड में करियर बनाने का ड्रीम कहाँ से है? क्या चीज़ आपको सबसे ज़्यादा मोटिवेट किया है?
So it didn't start from oncology, I must say. It started from medicine. So my father is a dental surgeon, and from the very beginning, from my childhood days, I used to visit his clinic, hear about his stories, hear about the patients, how they are handled and how they're taken care of, and personalizing the treatment of the patient, the investigations needed to the needs of the patient, not necessarily in a standard format. So something may be good for one patient, the same treatment is not good for the other patient simply because they are not able to afford that. So you have to tailor the patient's treatment to the social and economic and cultural background of the patient. So these things are very important. So once I studied medicine, and I also was working in women's health, then I got this opportunity to work for public health. So right now my role is as like a public health researcher and research administrator, where we are shaping policies, we are giving inputs for communities, and helping the women at large. Not only the women, but also men, because they are equal partners.
So cancer treatment is not just about a medicine, it also about hope and strength. So how do you balance the medical and emotional side of your work?
So it's very fulfilling actually, because we work in cancer prevention, and not many people actually confuse cancer control with cancer treatment. Cancer control means cancer prevention as well as cancer treatment. And in prevention, there are various levels of prevention. There's primary prevention, there's secondary prevention, and there's tertiary prevention. Not to mention, if we were good to go even deeper, then there's primordial prevention and also quaternary prevention. So, but basically in cancer prevention, you are telling people to take care of their own health and reduce their own risks. Some of the risks are reduced at the policy level, say, for example, taxation, and at the primary level, providing HPV vaccination. But the same policies of the government have to be accepted by the people so that there is actually a reduction in the risk as well as the incidence and prevalence of the cancer.
सो एज यू नो दैट AI आज कैंसर ट्रीटमेंट को बदल रहा है. सो आपके अकॉर्डिंग AI डॉक्टर्स की हेल्प कैसे कर सकते हैं बिना पेशेंट केयर को इम्पर्सनल बनाए?
Okay. So AI, or artificial intelligence as it is called, it's a new area. And what it is, basically what we do in AI is that we train the tool, the AI tool, it's trained by the humans, by us. So whatever input we are going to give to the AI tool or that will only be read and interpreted. So what it helps is it reduces the time consumed or the time taking processes of delving deep into data, or maybe the human part of the process of identifying. And then it gives you a direction as to in which direction the treatment has to be taken. So it sort of reduces the time, but it is as good as whatever input we are going to give, that way only it will respond. So I think human intelligence again is of use to teach the AI what to do. We should not become slaves of AI, but we should sort of become masters. And AI is a good tool for screening and all, but I think the human element in treatment and management has to be retained. It should be promoted rather, especially more if we are working with AI in the preliminary phases.
सो क्या कोई न्यू कैंसर ट्रीटमेंट्स है जो वुमेन्स को ज़रूर जानने चाहिए?
विमेन को जानने की ज़रूरत नहीं है कैंसर न्यू ट्रीटमेंट्स के लिए. That should be, I think, the job of the medical profession who's dealing with that particular case, because whatever treatment you're getting is not just a standard one-liner treatment. It has to be tailored, and from time to time it will vary. Depending upon your own condition, how you're responding to that, you may have to change the stream, the course. So there are so many things. So you must be generally aware, but you should ask intelligent questions to your provider. That's very important. So it's not that somebody has said something, so it has to be followed that way. You must ask questions, and once you're fully convinced of the answers given by the medical profession, then you will have an opportunity to choose or maybe shape the way your treatment is coming up.
सो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू आज भी वुमेन्स के लिए मेडिसिन फील्ड का सबसे बड़ा चैलेंजिंग पार्ट क्या है?
I think each woman will have their own challenges, so I can't really say what is the most important or challenging problem, but I think it has to be something to do with maybe the requirement for the time or time commitment could be an important area where women are deeply connected with their social network, their families. So possibly that could be one of the important things which should be considered.
सो WHO के साथ मिलकर WHO के साथ मिलकर टबैको कंट्रोल और कैंसर WHO के साथ मिलकर टबैको कंट्रोल और कैंसर प्रिवेंशन के लिए कौन से इम्पोर्टेंट स्टेप्स लिए गए हैं अभी?
So at our institute, the National Institute of Cancer Prevention and Research, we have the WHO Framework Convention on Tobacco Controls Knowledge Hub on smokeless tobacco. And this is one of the 9 knowledge hubs in the world. And through this, we are working for tobacco control. See, tobacco is a huge problem in all the countries, and in our country, in our region, Southeast Asia region, smokeless tobacco is a very big problem as compared to cigarette smoking. Say the total prevalence of tobacco use is 30%, and whereas smokeless tobacco makes up 20% of this problem. So with the WHO, we are working for knowledge generation. We interact with the various policymakers, the various governments, and to introduce the smokeless tobacco control policies whichever countries who are party to the Framework Convention Treaty, and they are asking for that. Alongside, in our own country also, we carry out national consultations, we study the industry's, I would say, the tactics and how to overcome those. So we write papers, we do take part in conferences, meetings, and publish our articles. And the also important is that the rate of control, tobacco control among women is paid less attention, because it is not women, when they may not give out correct information about tobacco use, but they do find tobacco as a way to express their independence or liberty, or maybe because of peer pressure. The tobacco control among women is not that good, I must say, and we have to take measures to make it less attractive for women. Though the industry is bringing out new products for women with pink color, or they say it's slim, they're saying that it reduces appetite, so women want to stay slim. So those kind of tactics are there. So we must actually put all our efforts so that the tobacco use in women is under control.
So, what should women do to be more proactive about their health?
I think all women should be taking care of their health, and first of all is that they must know that they are very integral and important part of the community and their families. Once they realize that, all what goes into doing something for a very important person of the family, they should be doing it to themselves. As much as they take care of the other members of the family, I think they should be also taking care of themselves. They should have a good relationship, social relationship with the other members of the family also, so that they are able to support them when they are facing health problems. So all that is important, I think.
So, आपको लगता है कि ज़्यादा वुमेन्स को ऑन्कोलॉजी जैसे फील्ड में आना चाहिए? इफ़ यस, तो उनके लिए आप कौन से टॉप 3 क्या होंगे जो उनका वे टू करियर बहुत ईजी बना सकता है?
I think women should just choose whatever they want to choose, and so should men. And if they're wanting to choose oncology, then they must study hard, or the usual things. I mean, there's nothing special for oncology, I would say. But yeah, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of consistency and continued effort to stay in the field and be updated with all the sort of advances, I would say. And also they should have, apart from the advances, what is, as I said initially, what is good for that particular patient, that should not be ignored, whatever the advances are.